Think about it. You had only a little food. Even before the plate was empty, your hand automatically reached again for chips, burger, or dessert. You tell yourself, okay, stop now. But a few minutes later, you are eating again. And in the end, only one question remains. Why did I overeat? People think this is just a weakness of willpower, but the reality is something else. Your brain is sending a hidden signal, a signal that doesn't stop you, but forces you to eat more. And the most dangerous thing is that you don't even realize when you've lost control. Fast food, sugary drinks, and processed snacks make this signal even stronger. You think you are hungry, but in reality, your brain has shifted into reward mode. In this video, you will learn what that one brain signal is that silently makes you overeat, and how you can get out of this loop. Most people think that overeating only happens because of weak willpower. When you can't stop, when you eat just a little more, you blame yourself and think maybe I'm not strong enough. But the truth is completely different from this. The problem is not your strength, but the hidden system of your brain. Your brain generates a signal that confuses you. This signal says, this food is safe, have a little more. And this signal becomes even more powerful, especially when you eat sugary, oily, or fast food. Think about it. You just start a burger or a packet of chips, and within a few minutes, you don't even realize that you have already eaten more than enough. You feel like you are hungry, but in reality, your brain is in reward mode, not hunger mode. Fast food companies indirectly hack this system by creating perfect taste combinations. That's why you start with just a little, and then control quietly slips away. This is not your weakness. This is the design of the brain that you need to understand. Now, the real thing that is important to understand here is this. Your brain works on a specific system called the reward system. When you eat tasty food, especially things with sugar, fat, and salt, the brain releases a chemical called dopamine. This dopamine gives you a feel-good signal. The problem is not that this signal exists. The problem is that modern food overactivates this signal. Natural food does not give such a strong response, but fast food, chips, burgers, and sugary drinks push this signal to an extreme level. That's why you feel like you want to eat more, even when your body is not actually hungry. Your brain just wants to repeat the reward it has already received before. With every bite you get a hit of dopamine, and the brain learns, this is making me feel good, keep doing it. This learning happens so fast that you don't even realize you have entered a loop. And this is where the real engine of overeating starts, a chemical signal that doesn't let you control it but keeps pushing you forward. Now here, the most interesting and dangerous thing starts. Your brain doesn't force you, but quietly tricks you. You feel like you are eating by your own choice, but in reality the decision has already been influenced before you even make it. Think when you take the first bite of chips, burger, or chocolate. The first moment feels normal, but within seconds the brain's reward system gets activated. The combination of sugar, fat, and salt gives a perfect hit that makes the brain overexcited. Now the problem is that the brain receives this signal. This thing is important, keep going. And every next bite strengthens your expectation that maybe the next bite will be even more satisfying. Because of this illusion, you are unable to stop. You are physically full, but the brain is still in reward chase mode. This is the point where control slowly slips away, without you even realizing it. And the most tricky thing is that modern food intentionally boosts this system. The taste is so optimized that the clear signal of satisfaction never fully arrives. Just one more, then one more. And this is where you get trapped. You think you are enjoying food, but in reality, your brain is silently making you overeat. Now, when this signal gets activated, the problem is not just eating more once. The real problem is that it becomes a loop, a cycle that slowly starts controlling your daily habits. This loop is simple. First, a trigger comes, boredom, stress, or even just seeing an ad. Then the brain says, I want something tasty. You start eating, and you get a dopamine reward. The brain remembers this reward, and next time that same demand comes even faster. Now you don't even notice that this cycle is repeating. One day chips, next day sweets, then late-night snacks. And every time the brain keeps learning that this thing makes me feel good instantly. The most dangerous part is that this loop becomes emotional. You don't just eat for hunger anymore, but also for stress, boredom, or tiredness. and the brain always chooses the same shortcut: eat, feel good, repeat. With time, this loop becomes stronger, and you feel like you are in control. But in reality, control has already moved to the pattern. Now you are at an important turning point here, because up till now you have understood that this overeating is not a random mistake, but a repeating loop. And what makes this loop strong is your unconscious reaction. The very first step is awareness. Next time, when a sudden craving hits, at that exact moment, stop and ask yourself, am I really hungry? Or is this just a brain signal? This small question pulls you out of automatic mode. The second step is delay, and this is a game changer. Do not instantly satisfy the craving, just give it a 10 to 15 minutes gap. It sounds small, but in this short delay, the intensity of the signal starts breaking down. What feels urgent suddenly becomes optional. The third step is environment control. Your brain follows convenience, not willpower. If junk food is easily available around you, you will keep choosing it again and again. So make your surroundings in a way that unhealthy options become effort. And the fourth step is replacement, not restriction. Your brain wants reward, not punishment. So just saying don't eat doesn't work. Give it a better alternative that gives the same satisfaction but also keeps you in control. When you understand and apply this system, this loop slowly starts breaking, and you realize that control was never fully gone from you. It was just temporarily hidden. Now try to understand this from the opposite angle. Until now you were thinking that you are weak in front of food, you lose control, you can't stop. But what if I tell you that the real story here is not your weakness, but your brain's design? When you crave, you are not making a fully conscious decision at that moment. Your brain already switches into a shortcut mode, where there is only one goal: quick reward. And in that moment, you go on autopilot. You are not deciding, you are following. This realization is a reality shift, because as long as you treat it as a flaw in your personality, you keep blaming yourself every time. I am not strong, I have no control. But when you see that this is a built-in signal system, the blame suddenly fades away. And from here, the power comes back, because now you don't see every craving as a personal failure. You start seeing it as a signal. And a signal simply means, observe, don't react. After this shift, your relationship with food changes. You don't fight, you understand. And when understanding comes in, control naturally starts returning, without force. Now, when you understand this whole thing, a strange reality comes in front of you. You were never actually in control of food, you were just reacting to a hidden brain signal. Think about what used to happen before. A small craving would come, and you would follow it without thinking, just one more bite. And then that one more bite slowly turns into a loop where stopping feels difficult. But in reality, you were not losing control. You were never taught how to stop it. Now the game changes. Because now you don't see every craving as a command, you see it as a signal. And the job of a signal is to inform, not to control. This small awareness takes you out of autopilot mode. And when you come out of autopilot, for the first time you feel like, I am choosing, not food choosing you. The real point of this video is, you were not weak, you were just unaware. And the moment awareness comes, that is the moment where control comes back into your hands, without force, without struggle. From today, when that signal comes, you will be able to stop, observe, and then decide whether to follow it or break it.